With the PS5 Pro launching soon, it's very important to know everything there is to know about the console itself, which we did cover here on the latest PS5 Pro All Info video. But a major component and reason for even buying the PS5 Pro is how games will run on the latest Sony console. So this video will cover over 60 games that have been confirmed as of the recording of this video to be PS5 Pro enhanced and how they're going to be improved on PlayStation 5 Pro. Some developers have given details on how these games will be enhanced, while others have just stated that they will be enhanced for PlayStation 5 Pro. So some have descriptions and some don't. Links are below in the description to the resources I use, including Push Square and the PS5 subreddit. If you happen to watch this in the future and want to check on a game that may or may not have enhancements, those pages should be updated over time, along with timestamps below for every single entry in this video if you want to go to a specific game and see how they are taking advantage of PS5 Pro. So without further ado, what is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD 123 here, back here in PlayStation Source, and let's get right into all 65 plus enhanced games for PlayStation 5 Pro. Remedy Entertainment's third-person horror adventure game Alan Wake 2 will be enhanced by the PS5 Pro in a few key ways. Performance mode on PS5 Pro will run at the same resolution as the base PS5's quality mode, but at 60 frames per second, offering image stability, fog, volumetric lighting, and shadow accuracy being improved on the Pro. For quality mode on PS5 Pro, you will have enhanced ray trace reflections for opaque and transparent surfaces, and ray traced lighting in general for proper indirect lighting at a 30 frames per second target. Backpacking adventure RPG Alatroz, developed by Among Giants, will have PS5 Pro support courtesy of the studio manager at Kyodai. Respawn Entertainment's battle royale first-person shooter Apex Legends will also be getting enhancements for PS5 Pro. I'm assuming here that the usual suspects of a higher resolution and frame rate will probably make their way with the Pro version, but we have yet to see them disclose the exact details of this PS5 Pro enhancement. All we have for Assassin's Creed Shadows is the announcement from Ubisoft themselves that the next entry in the franchise, taking players to Japan with dual protagonists and the Valentine's Day 2025 release date, will indeed be enhanced by the PS5 Pro console. It's probably safe to assume higher resolutions and frame rates await us as we explore Japan in the next open world Assassin's Creed game from Ubisoft, but we'll have to see when they disclose details. Bad Cheese is a psychological horror game with a 1920s animation style that has been confirmed by the PlayStation Store to be PS5 Pro enhanced. After ZubiTech Pro on Twitter/X spotted the PS5 Pro enhanced tag on Baldur's Gate 3, it clearly points to 2023's Game of the Year. Larian Studios developed RPG entering the ranks as a game officially taking advantage of the PlayStation 5 Pro. No details have been released, but I have heard this game doesn't run the best on base PS5, so an upgrade would surely be welcome to the player base. Croc, Legend of the Gobbos is a remaster of the 1997 platformer that recently had a press release for the game listing PS5 Pro as a supported platform. The PlayStation Store has listed the Callisto Protocol as a game taking full advantage of the PS5 Pro. The Callisto Protocol is a third-person survival horror game developed by Striking Distance that I've been eager to play for a long time now, so for sure can't wait to not only play this on PS5 Pro but see what type of enhancements that this game will eventually get with the support. The Crew Motorfest takes racers to Hawaii to race on the streets, slopes of volcanoes, and more. The game will also be enhanced by PS5 Pro thanks to the badge seen on the PlayStation Store. Ubisoft's technical director stated that thanks to the PS5 Pro, the game will now, quote, push visual settings and details even further, sharper and cleaner image quality thanks to PSSR, with more objects on screen, decals, vegetation, crowds, all running at 60 frames per second. CyubeVR allows PSVR 2 players to explore and manipulate a voxel-based world to gather resources, naturally craft with your hands in 3D, and build anything you can imagine. CyubeVR will be a PS5 Pro enhanced title as confirmed by the PlayStation Store. ZubiTech Pro strikes again by finding another PS5 Pro enhanced tag for the open world survival zombie killing game that is Dead Island 2, developed by Dambuster Studios. The official Dead Island website says that the game will sport, quote, an insane experience with jaw-dropping visuals and lightning fast load times. So pretty cool to see this game running on PS5 Pro. At this year's Tokyo Game Show, Capcom announced that the Dead Rising Deluxe Deluxe Remaster will be getting support for PS5 Pro. This is a remaster full of graphical overhauls of the third-person zombie action game initially released in 2006. The PS5 Pro support includes ray tracing to lighting and reflections as seen in these screenshots provided with the announcement. Bluepoint's remake of the legendary From Software third-person action-adventure combat-focused game Demon's Souls will be getting PS5 Pro support as well. Digital Foundry found the image quality to give off a 4K 60 FPS presentation, which is sure to please fans of those, and even I kind of want to play this game, to be honest. I'm not really super big into Soulsborne games, but I might check this out in the very near future. Both the base game of Diablo 4 and the expansion Vessel of Hatred will get PS5 Pro enhancements via Rob Ferguson, Blizzard's senior vice president. No details were given at this time, but they promised to disclose information about the changes at a later date, so keep on the lookout for that if you're a fan of the action RPG dungeon crawling hits of 2023. The recently released BioWare developed action RPG Dragon Age the Veilguard will be getting PS5 Pro support. We have some details straight from EA's blog post stating that both the fidelity and performance modes are receiving better graphics and, quote, improvements on the hardware, including improved resolution and, quote, various improved visual settings. The PS5 Pro will also support RTAO, ray trace ambient occlusion, in the 60 frames per second performance mode of the game, which was only possible in the 30 frames fidelity mode on base PS5. As confirmed by Capcom themselves, the action RPG Dragon's Dogma 2 will have extensive support for PS5 Pro, including PSSR, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, ray tracing, and improved frame rates across the board. While I have not played this game, I do know that this game does have a lot of struggles with maintaining that frames per second overall throughout the game, especially on PS5 as what I've seen, so definitely looks like this will be a very good addition to Dragon's Dogma 2. The action roguelite platformer Dwarf Journey, developed by Orobu Game Studio, will allow players to defeat enemies, level up, assemble your rune build, and collect minerals to forge better equipment on an epic journey in search of immortality. The game will also be PS5 Pro enhanced as stated on the PlayStation Store. The next installment in the hack and slash third-person Musou franchise, Dynasty Warriors Origins, will be getting PS5 Pro support according to the PlayStation Store, and the quote from developer Omega Force stating, quote, "In terms of the PS5 Pro, we are looking at things such as the enhanced revolution frame rate." I'm not sure what they meant by that. I think they meant resolution and frame rate, I think, but revolution frame rate is the quote, so it is what it is right there, but it's still in discussions, and the enhancements may change in time for the game's January 2025 release. Next up, we have a bunch of EA games that have been confirmed to be PS5 Pro enhanced based on the tag on the PlayStation Store. So we have EA Sports College Football 25, which is the great return to college football to the gaming market that came out earlier this year. We have EA Sports FC 25, formerly known as FIFA, and brings the well-beloved gameplay of football/soccer to the PlayStation Store on PS5 Pro. And lastly, we have EA Sports Madden NFL 25 that will bring out the iconic American football gameplay to a new era of football with PS5 Pro enhancements to accompany it. Elemental War Clash is a classic tower defense with roguelike and RPG mechanics developed by Clockwork Origins. It's due for release in 2025 and will indeed be taking advantage of PS5 Pro according to the PlayStation Store. Empire of the Ants is a truly one-of-a-kind game, being a photorealistic third-person real-time strategy game where you command your insect legions in epic battles. An interview with one of the developers of the game at Tower 5 confirms that the frame rate will be double to 60 frames per second on PS5 Pro, but not take advantage of PSSR as they were too far in development with the Unreal version of the same technology. So I guess that's okay because, man, like how much more realistic can you get with this game here, how these ants look? This is a very interesting game to say the least. Enlisted is a free-to-play squad-based first-person MMO shooter covering key battles from World War II while also recreating weapons, military vehicles, and the atmosphere of that era. The game will also be PS5 Pro enhanced as confirmed by the PlayStation Store. The official Everspace 2 account tweeted/posted that the game will take advantage of PS5 Pro, citing, quote, "epic settings and all the cosmic bells and the whistles whatever features and settings those are referring to, that is what they said on the tweets. But Everspace 2 is a fast-paced single-player space shooter developed by Rockfish Games, where vicious encounters and brutal challenges stand between you and the next epic loot drop. As confirmed by Eurogamer, F124 will indeed support a suite of features from PlayStation 5 Pro, including ray tracing upgrades, PSSR implementation for upscaling, a new 8K resolution mode, and more from the Codemasters developed Formula 1 racing game. There is great work out there by Digital Foundry on this title to find on YouTube, so I definitely implore you to go check it out on their channel. The free-to-play first-person game show-centric shooter The Finals, developed by Embark Studios, will also join the ranks as a PS5 Pro-enabled game, courtesy of the PlayStation Store. My beloved and the soon-to-be Game of the Year 2024 Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be getting extensive support thanks to PS5 Pro. The Square Enix-developed third-person RPG will sport a new mode called Enhanced Mode that combines the performance mode frame rate with the resolution and graphical resolve of the resolution mode. This title really shows the power of PSSR, and it's much needed for FF7 Rebirth, as myself and many others found the game to look very soft in performance mode on base PS5. Digital Foundry has extensive coverage of this game running on PS5 Pro, and I highly recommend you go check out that footage because it is night and day compared to PS5 and PS5 Pro. Next on Games' MMO third-person shooter, The First Descendant, is set to receive expanded ray tracing, more lifelike and natural lighting, with improved shadow effects thanks to the PS5 Pro. PSSR will also grant the title higher resolution and better image quality, with improved frame rates in the works to bring to the PS5 Pro version of The First Descendant. To no one's shock, the Epic Games developed battle royale game Fortnite will indeed receive PS5 Pro support, as indicated by the PS5 Pro Enhanced badge on the PlayStation Store. The Sony Santa Monica developed End to the Norse era of the action RPG franchise God of War Ragnarok will be enhanced by the PS5 Pro, according to the PlayStation Store. No details have been disclosed, but we can presume the full gamut of features, with this being a first-party PlayStation title, will be present on God of War Ragnarok for PS5 Pro. Gran Turismo 7 from Polyphony Digital is set to receive a plethora of enhancements for the latest installment in the legendary racing simulation. The game will include the implementation of PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, aka PSSR, for better image quality, ray tracing during gameplay, and a very experimental 8K 60 frames per second mode for Gran Turismo 7 that is definitely an insane number to see. One of 2024's biggest hits, with Helldivers 2, developed by Arrowhead Studios, will also get PS5 Pro support, as per the game's official Discord server from the community manager. No details were given at what specifically will change with this third-person online PvE shooter, but I am eager to check it out because Helldivers 2 looks good, but it doesn't look great on PS5. I think we can all admit that, alright? You know what I'm saying? It could use some TLC that the PS5 Pro could definitely be divvying out for Helldivers 2. Hogwarts Legacy from 2023 was one of the best-selling games of the year, and PS5 Pro support will follow the third-person action-adventure game developed by Avalanche Software. PSSR will be utilized to enhance the image quality of both performance and fidelity modes, improve ray tracing in the fidelity mode, and improve performance across the game as a whole. Horizon Forbidden West is already the most beautiful game I've ever played in my life, and especially on PS5. The third-person open-world adventure from Guerrilla Games will be enhanced for PS5 Pro. The game will combine performance and quality modes to offer the higher resolution of quality at the 60 frames per second performance mode target at the same time. The game will also support improved, quote, shadows, depth of field, skin and hair shaders, clouds, god rays, and so much more, unquote. The recently released PS5 remastered version of Horizon Zero Dawn from Nixxes and Guerrilla Games will also support PS5 Pro, supporting, quote, a range of graphical features that have been improved to make use of the power of the PS5 Pro, while also delivering ultra high fidelity at blazing fast frame rates. Kayak VR Mirage is an incredibly realistic looking PSVR 2 kayaking game developed by Better Than Life. This has been given the PS5 Pro Enhanced badge on the PlayStation Store, and I just gotta see this for myself at some point because I have a PSVR 2 and this game looks incredibly realistic, man. I gotta check this out on VR 2, and I'll just wait till I get the PS5 Pro in to really test it out. Naughty Dog's remake of the critically acclaimed original game The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered will also receive PS5 Pro support, with Naughty Dog detailing that the games will offer, quote, a new PS5 Pro specific enhanced rendering mode that takes advantage of improved graphics processing, rendering 1440p, then upscaling to 4K via PSSR Super Resolution. This mode maintains a 60 FPS target, offering an ideal balance of frame rate and resolution. Both performance and fidelity modes will be present on PS5 Pro, with smoother outputs and higher frame rates at 120 frames per second on both The Last of Us Part 1 and The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. And hey, if you are in the market to play any of these games on PS5 Pro, it may be very wise to wait till you get one to get these enhancements, and just in time to check out The Last of Us Season 2 on HBO, which if you missed that breakdown, definitely go check it out. Highly recommend it. I definitely put some hours on that video, so definitely go check it out if you have not seen it already. Action RPG Souls game Liza P from NeoWiz has been added to the roster of PS5 Pro supported games. They cite, quote, with the introduction of the PS5 Pro, we're excited to take that experience a step further, offering enhanced performance that we hope players will appreciate. Quality mode benefits from more than a 30% increase in frames per second, delivering smoother, more fluid gameplay. Additionally, performance mode now supports full native 4K resolution, allowing players to enjoy stunning visuals without sacrificing responsiveness. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by Ryu Ga Gotoku that will also be PS5 Pro enhanced according to the PlayStation Store. Third-person combat RPG game Lords of the Fallen, developed by Hexworks, will be getting PS5 Pro features, with the main inclusion honing in on the 40% increase in pixel density. Performance mode will be at 4K 60 with improved visuals, alongside the quality mode running at 4K 30 with higher visuals. The upcoming NetEase developed team-based PvP hero shooter Marvel Rivals will be PS5 Pro enhanced as per the PlayStation Store's confirmation. Insomniac Games have come out swinging with releasing 4 games for PS5, including Marvel Spider-Man 2, Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, Marvel Spider-Man Remastered, and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. All 4 games will, quote, find a new default performance pro mode which marries the crisp 4K resolution and ray tracing features of fidelity mode with the speedy 60 frames per second of performance mode. They also confirmed that Marvel's Wolverine will also be enhanced with PS5 Pro when that releases in the future. Konami's Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater remake with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater has also been confirmed to be enhanced with PS5 Pro, utilizing PSSR for better image quality and frame rates across the board. Very excited for this inclusion, and I cannot wait to see how Metal Gear Solid Delta runs on PS5 Pro. The Midnight Town Stories Adam's Diary is a first-person escape room adventure game developed by Dark Ocean Game Studios that will also be PS5 Pro enhanced. Free-to-play, fast-paced, melee-based battle royale game Naraka Blade Point will also be PS5 Pro supported, according to the PlayStation Store listing. No Man's Sky is truly one of those comeback games, and it will be enhanced on PS5 Pro. The survival action-adventure game didn't get details on the PS5 Pro feature set, but an engine programmer did say that the console, quote, rocks, so we'll see what that entails on release. Outbreak Shades of Horror Chromatic Split is a narrative-driven prologue to the upcoming Outbreak Shades of Horror that will support the PS5 Pro, according to the PlayStation Store. The upcoming roller coaster construction and management simulation game Planet Coaster 2 will be boasting PS5 Pro enhancements at launch. Both of Capcom's survival horror games with Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village have been upgraded for PS5 Pro. Resident Evil Village will support 120 frames per second modes alongside more realistic looking characters, while Resident Evil 4 will support higher frame rates, more detailed environments, and more natural visual effects. Rise of the Ronin is the open world action game developed by Team Ninja, released this year, that will also support PS5 Pro. The game will support higher frame rates and a better graphical detail presentation as a whole. Anime arcade space action combat game Rogue Flight, developed by Perpetual, is also getting PS5 Pro support as per the PlayStation Store. So this is the first time I'm kind of seeing this game overall, and this game looks awesome, man. This game has so much style, and I cannot wait to see this game boosting on PS5 Pro, hopefully, if I get it, because this game looks really nice. Respawn Entertainment's second game in their Star Wars franchise, being Star Wars Jedi Survivor, will get PS5 Pro support with native 4K in quality mode, higher resolution at 60 frames per second with ray tracing in performance mode, and, quote, sharper visuals and enhanced gameplay experience with PSSR upscaling. Let me tell you something, guys. If y'all did not play this game at launch in performance mode on PS5, PS5, you're lucky, because this game does not run well on PS5, let alone all the other platforms, and especially on PC. This game does not run well on PC, and I hope that the PS5 Pro can help this game a little bit out on PS5, but this game just has never ran well. But hopefully with this Pro patch, it will run a little bit better on PS5 Pro. Ubisoft's latest release, Star Wars Outlaws, brings players to the Star Wars universe for the first time in an open world game, alongside also being supported for PS5 Pro, courtesy of the PlayStation Store. Now, I wish we got some details on how they're going to improve this game, because this is a game that I actually really want to play. Just didn't get around to it, and with PS5 Pro on the horizon, I figured I'd just wait. But I really hope that we get some details about it soon, because I would love to see how this game will be improved on PS5 Pro. One of my favorite games of 2024 will also be getting PS5 Pro enhancements with Stellar Blade, the third-person melee-based action game developed by Shift Up. The game will be fitted with 4K at 50 frames per second, oddly enough, alongside improved detail thanks to the PSSR upscale mode. A new high frame rate mode will also be supported, bringing players 80 frames per second if your TV is 120Hz compatible. So those are some very specific and unique games, and to me, when I hear things like 50 frames per second or 80 frames per second, to me that does feel like there are going to be some, frame rate issues in terms of fluctuation and not be a solid 50 or a solid 80. So make sure your monitor or TV has VRR for this title. That may be very useful to you if you plan to play Stellar Blade on PS5 Pro. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown is an open-world, massively multiplayer racing game developed by Kyloton Games that will also be PS5 enhanced, according to the PlayStation Store. The latest action fighting game, UFC 5, developed by EA Vancouver, will be getting PS5 Pro support, as confirmed by the PlayStation Store. Unreal Kingdoms is an online, multiverse, open-world metaverse game experience developed by Cyber Apes Yacht Club that will be enhanced by PS5 Pro on release, as per the PlayStation Store listing. This year's Until Dawn remake truly came and went, being a modern version of the 2015 narrative-driven adventure game developed by Ballistic Moon. According to the PlayStation Store, the game will be getting PS5 Pro enhanced, so here's to hoping that we possibly could get a 60 frames per second mode on this game. Yes, they put out a remake of Until Dawn in 2024 that is definitely not truly intensive at all, as far as I can tell, at 30 frames per second on PS5. To me, that's ridiculous, man. Hopefully it gets 60 on Pro. Free-to-play online lure shooter Warframe will be back on PS5 Pro with enhancements that have yet to be disclosed by Digital Extremes. The Gigan Entertainment developed free-to-play aviation combat game War Thunder will be enhanced by PS5 Pro, confirmed by the PlayStation Store. Dying Light 2 is a first-person parkour zombie action game developed by Techland, who has not only confirmed PS5 Pro support for the base game of Dying Light 2, but the upcoming standalone expansion called Dying Light the Beast, which will, quote, take advantage of everything the PS5 Pro has to offer, alongside bringing the quality of Dying Light the Beast to a much further place than the original game. They disclosed that specific enhancements will be given closer to launch, so we'll have to see when Dying Light the Beast releases. Stunt Paradise is an action-adventure driving game developed by Brine Media, where players can push their driving skills to the limit by performing insane stunts, jumping off ramps, flipping through the air, and smashing through explosive obstacles. Stunt Paradise will be PS5 Pro enhanced, as per the PlayStation Store. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a return-to-form installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise, offering a more stealth-focused, linear kind of gameplay derived from the roots of the franchise. Experience the story of Bassam, a cunning street thief seeking answers and justice as he navigates the bustling streets of 9th century Baghdad. Assassin's Creed Mirage will be PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, according to the PlayStation Store. And rounding out our list here, the free-to-play naval combat game World of Warships Legends, developed by Lesta Studio, will also be enhanced by PS5 Pro. And this will be rounding out our entire list, guys. Before I roll the outro, make sure to know that I will leave the links below to both Push Square's article of PS5 enhanced games, as well as the official PS5 Reddit thread that has all of the different PS5 enhanced games that should be updated over time. So definitely go check those out if you guys watch this beyond the release week of PS5 Pro. But without further ado, here's the outro. Those have been all 65 plus enhanced games for PS5 Pro. Down below, guys, are you even getting a PS5 Pro? And what game was not listed on this list that you hope gets a PS5 Pro enhancement in the future? For me, Red Dead Redemption 2 is an easy one. Honestly, Mass Effect Andromeda, because that still does not have a 60 frames patch at all for PS5 or PS5 Pro as of this recording. And on top of that, why not just throw it out there? Bloodborne, of course, why not? Throw it out there. But down below in the comment section, what are your thoughts about all these games, and what games do you hope to get enhanced for PS5 Pro? Make sure to not miss out on that PS5 Pro all info video that will give you everything you need to know about PlayStation 5 Pro, including the specs, including the hardware, the differences that you'll be able to get with the enhancements and all that great stuff. So definitely check it out if you have not done so already, and keep it locked here on the channel for plenty of PS5 Pro content. I will be getting it in next week, so I got plenty of videos lined up involving PS5 Pro. Very excited to cover it here on the channel, and thank you all for watching, and as always, greatness awaits.